Council, and she's here to talk to us about how we get and keep workers we all need, desperately need. So come on up, tell us a little bit about yourself, and tell us your favorite restaurant.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much, Lori and AO Technologies, for having me here today. I don't know if the PowerPoint is queued up. Okay, great. But my favorite restaurant right now is Bay Local Eatery. It is the best brunch that you could ever experience. Like, there's always a wait, so you have to get there
Which
early.
one did you go to?
I like the one on Laskin. The one on Shore Drive is good too, but I like the one on Laskin. Yeah, it's really good. But my name is Ayanna Osouna. I'm Business Services Coordinator with the Hampton Roads Workforce Council. And my department, there are several different departments that are featured. I don't know.
You want to turn your microphone on?
Oh, right. I used to have the microphone in my pocket. Is that better? Oh,
Yes.
wow, nice. Wow, fancy. Okay. So the Virginia Career Works is our umbrella brand. We're an American job center located a few different locations. My office is in Norfolk near Military Circle Mall. But the Hampton Roads Workforce Council, we're a regional convener of talent. And we try and service all the different demographics through the different departments that we have available to the community. And so I really would love to connect with each and every one of you guys to see how I can help you to grow your businesses through talent and the different funding streams that are available to you as business owners. Okay. Oh, I can just tap it here? Okay, great. So, so there are quite a few different departments through the Hampton Roads Workforce Council, but I'm going to start by talking about our career center. We have our career center. We have the Hampton Roads Veterans Employment Center. We have the Emerging Workforce Department, which services ages 18 through 24. Finding them internships, getting businesses to sponsor internships. We're in the colleges through that department. And we also have our career centers. So anyone can walk into our career centers to use these resources. You as business owners, individuals who are just looking for work. So we are always coming in contact with job seekers through our career centers. We have a resource room where you can come in and use our copiers, fax machines, and there are people there ready to assist as needed, whatever the need may be. So within our career centers, you can find job listings, workshops, computer and internet access, and so on and so forth. And it is housed with career counselors, financial advisors. AARP is in that space, the Virginia Employment Commission, so it really is a one-stop shop. It used to be called the One-Stop Center back in the day, and it's since evolved into Virginia Career Works, but we really are a one-stop shop for individual and business needs. So the Virginia Career Works, our funding is mainly through federal legislation that was put in place in 2015 by the Obama administration, the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act. This funding stream was put in place to grow businesses and also to provide eligible individuals to get funding for higher education. I don't know if you guys noticed, but a lot of people who have previously been just groomed to think that right after high school they have to go into college. Now they're going into short-term certifications, and they're getting credentials that allow them to get into industries that can provide for their families and have promising futures. You don't have to go into a 4-year program just to be successful nowadays. And our career centers are focused on putting people into these programs. So we have an 18-page long packet of training providers that individuals can choose from and business owners can choose from for their employees. And if you are eligible as an individual, you can qualify for up to $8,000 in funds toward one of these certifications through the Workforce Innovation and Opportunity Act. It's a simple process. You walk into our center without an appointment, go through our intake process to establish your eligibility, and from there you attend an orientation to just get paired with your career counselor, and from there you're able to choose which program you want to go into and get your voucher between anywhere up to $8,000 in funding. And feel free, you guys, to ask any questions as I go along. We have some time, so do you guys have any questions thus far? No? Okay.
Where's your location?
So my location is in Norfolk, near Military Circle Mall, Glenrock Road. But we also have locations in Newport News. We have a satellite office at the Hive in Virginia Beach. We're at Paul D. Camp in Franklin. We have an office on Victory Boulevard in Portsmouth. So you can find us really anywhere, but I'm happy to connect you, do a soft handoff to whoever is closest to where you live or wherever your office is located.
I have a question.
Sure.
So, as a business owner, I would come to you and say, I need workers for this, this, and this.
Yes.
So is there training for that? If they need training, is that covered under this?
Yes, and I will definitely get there.
Okay, I'll wait.
I won't forget to mention that. Yes, that is what my department does, business services. We specialize in helping you as business owners to recruit, train, and retain your employees. So through our career centers, there's 3 levels of different services that individuals have access to. That's basic services where they come in and use our resource room and all the tools available. Individualized career services where they are wanting to get upskilled so that they can get their dream job. And follow-up services is where we keep in contact. We have endless databases of job seekers that we know of from all different demographics that we can offer to you guys to bring onto your teams and grow your businesses accordingly. So I am definitely getting to the employer benefits, but it all starts with the Career Center because that's where our databases are built. We get walk-in. If you were to do a hiring event with us, there are people already in our centers that will be coming into the hiring events that we put together for you, and those can be in our office or at a location of your choice. So these are the programs that you guys are able to utilize as business owners. Through the Workforce and Innovation and Opportunity Act, the Incumbent Worker Training Program. This program is for your existing employees. So as long as you have 2 employees and on your staff, you are eligible. And this program is used to upskill your existing employees. As long as they're making $16 an hour, they are full-time, and they have been offered fringe benefits. What I mean by offered is you can say, hey, I have this healthcare program available for you. If they say no, then that's okay. But you have to at least be able to offer them benefits. So this program will allow us to reimburse you 50 to 90% of training costs for any industry recognized credential that you would like to get for anyone on your staff. So I know someone just got a PMP recently, so that would have been the perfect opportunity for us to step in and say, hey, Lori, we can pay, how many employees do you have? 9 employees. So we could have paid 90% of the cost for that PMP based on that number. So if you have 50 or less employees on your staff, we can reimburse 90% of those training costs. Mr. Chuck Worley over here, he has an incumbent worker training in progress right now. So if you have 50 or less employees, then it's a 90% reimbursement. Yes.
So, just a question. So, like, well, you're tow truck drivers,
Mm-hmm.
but we are wanting to kind of go into more of an equipment mode game, but the drivers need CDLs. They don't have CDLs. So would this be something that,
Yes, yes, absolutely. So you would be paying, so 50 or less, how many employees do you have?
I have 8 drivers.
You have 8 drivers. Okay, so that would be a 90% reimbursement. And you would find the training provider that you would want them to go to.
Okay.
You would provide me with a training agreement saying, hey, this course starts on this day, it ends on this day. I have these 3 drivers going in. This is how much it costs. Just all the information about the course, and we can go from there. It's a simple application process, followed by an eligibility session that we do with the employee. And from there, we can reimburse you once you've showed us that you've paid for it up front. But that will be a 90% reimbursement. If it's 100 or less employees, then that's a 75% reimbursement. If it's 100 or more employees, then it's 50% reimbursement. Okay, so that is for your existing employees. Customized training. This is where for an insurance company, if you need a licensed insurance agent, you find someone, they have the soft skills that you need them to embody, but they don't have that license, so you're not sure if you want to bring them on. This is where we can pay up to $5,000 to get them licensed before they come on board. So that would be customized occupational training. Registered apprenticeships, we work with the Department of Labor to design training plans for registered apprenticeships, and our on-the-job training program is a simpler version of that. So we work with businesses to get registered with Department of Labor. On-the-job training, this is for new hires. So say we were to find some new people together, or you have a new candidate in mind that you would want to bring on board, we can pay 50% of their wages for the first 6 months, up to $5,000. You can have 5 people in this program at a time, but there's no max on how many you can put in the program throughout a fiscal year. So again, super simple process to get enrolled. How do I go back? Okay. Just want to make sure I didn't forget anything. Super simple process to get enrolled in the on-the-job training program. It really is just a matter of submitting an application along with a training plan, a job description. We would need your business license. But it is, once you do your first enrollment, it's super simple the next time. This is a great way for businesses that are small, that are not necessarily ready to take on the commitment of payroll for a large group of people. This is perfect. We work with businesses all across the region, and we really do try and work with you to make sure that you are eligible and the employee is eligible as well. Virtual employment workshops. So this is another way of us getting in touch with job seekers that are in the community that are looking to connect with you. So once we come in contact with job seekers that embody great skills, we put them on a database so that we can share those as referrals, and we'll also qualify them to say, hey, this person qualifies for the OJT program. This is someone you can bring on, and we can pay 50% of their wages for the first 6 months. So at least as long as they have been, as long as they're full-time, they're being paid $16 an hour, you've offered them fringe benefits, then they would qualify. This is Connecting Opportunities. This is another grant stream, and it is open to anyone ages 18 and up who reside in these cities. And it is a funding stream that provides training through Tidewater Community College. And Bridge 757 is a program that is sponsored by the Urban League, and this is where anyone can get a financial coach. So as business owners, I know sometimes it is it's an uphill battle trying to get your finances in a place where you would like it to be. So financial coaches are available to help you to increase your credit score or gain access to different CDFIs and loan opportunities, grant opportunities, and this is completely free through the Urban League. So I wanted to point out that even though we specialize in recruiting, training, retaining, we have partners that we work with on an ongoing basis. So feel free to reach out to me at any time to discuss your needs as they evolve, because even if I am not able to assist at that time, I'm happy to point you in the direction of a partner who can. And also, these are locations, but through the on the job training program, another thing that I wanted to point out is that not only is it a benefit for the employer getting a $5,000 reimbursement, you also are able to provide the new employee with supportive services. So what that means is they can get up to $600 in supportive services to break down any barriers that would stop them from being successful in their new role. So great programs, lots of freedom, lots of different locations where we can explore, and hiring events that you can do independently. So if you guys wanted to become a partner, all you'd have to do is create a registration in the Virginia Workforce Connection. It takes about 5 minutes to create. And once your profile is active, from there, we can get you on a calendar to promote to our databases for your openings. We can post your positions on our jobs board, and we can also put together a hiring event and create the marketing materials around that hiring event and share across our databases and our social networks, which include Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. We like to share with everyone and really extend our reach by partnering with all the economic development organizations in the area. So it really is a benefit to just tap into new talent and things like that. Also, we have a quarterly large expo that we do. So this is where we would feature about 150 different employers under one roof and invite everyone to come out. So our last event we did, there was like 150 employers and like 400 job seekers that came out, and we offer on this an opportunity for employers to interview on the spot. And yeah, it's just a really great way to extend your reach. I hear a lot that people are wanting to do like a lot of remote positions and things like that. I think that came about after the pandemic happened, but people are starting to come out now. We're really seeing a shift in attendance for all these events, and just starting to see people more enthusiastic about actually working on site and so on and so forth. Right now, we are doing a 2-part series with Portsmouth Economic Development and City of Norfolk Economic Development. We just did one at Tidewater Community College last week on the 1st, and there were about 283 job seekers that came out. Tonight, we're doing a preparation event for any job seekers who want to come out working on their resumes, their elevator speeches, and giving out free clothes and doing mock interviews, skills, and things like that for our event that's going to take place in Portsmouth at that Tidewater Community College on the 15th. So would love for you guys to be a part of our community of businesses and partners. So if you are interested, please do feel free to reach out to me at any time. Does anyone have any questions? Sure, yes, hi.
You mentioned a while ago that employers that want to participate have to have also two employee benefits.
Well, at the very minimum, it has to be at least 14% health care benefit. So it doesn't have to be 2. Just as long as it includes health care, then we're good to go for your application.
As long as it includes healthcare.
Yes. But you can get creative, pay time off, sign-on bonuses. You can really get creative with that. Tuition reimbursement, but if nothing at all, then at least healthcare.
Do you run into a lot of employers that don't offer healthcare?
Yes, we do. And so we like to keep some insurance agents that we can refer them to, because, I mean, it's nothing to get a new policy that you'll be only using voluntarily. So I know that I had a previous AFLAC representative that I am always, telling people to reach out to, because, you never know what you need until you get to that point. Also, workers' compensation is something that is needed for any on-the-job training enrollments. Yes.
So, excuse me, I have two parts to my question.
Mm-hmm.
Do owners count as employees if they get a paycheck in their W-2s?
Yes.
Okay, and my second question is does the worker have to work in Virginia?
As long as the employer is in Virginia, the employee does not have to live in Virginia, no.
So like currently we have one of our contractors that would like to move over to a full-time employee and offer benefits to that employee, but she does live in Pennsylvania.
Okay, that's fine. We can do,
Possibly a program.
yeah, we can do everything virtually if needed. The eligibility session, all the paperwork, everything. And we have done that in the past. The employer just has to be located in Hampton Roads. Yeah, you're welcome. Yes.
Your clothes closet, what do you accept?
We accept clothes, any professional dress from anyone, really. We call it Suit Yourself, and it is in one of our rooms in our conference space in Norfolk. So if you guys would like to donate, that would be much appreciated. Yeah. Yes.
What about, I guess, the structuring and legalities such as employee handbooks, contracts, SOPs, stuff like that? Do you all do things in that manner?
We don't put together employee handbooks and SOPs, but we do work really closely with the Small Business Association and the Veterans Business Outreach Center. That's who I would refer you to and work with to put together a plan for you to get that created. Yep. Anyone else? No? Okay, well, I just encourage you guys to reach out to me so that we can create an action plan for you. Don't be afraid to ask any questions. I'm happy to help. We can come out to see you in your office spaces, or you can come visit us at one of our spaces. We have space for you to do your hiring events and things like that, or we can come out and do them on your turf. So thank you so much. Do you have anything else you need?
Nobody has any other questions?
You mentioned I'll have another question. You mentioned the Hive in Virginia Beach.
Yes.
Now, and I thought you said no appointment necessary. Maybe you said with an appointment.
So the Hive is one of our satellite offices. So we usually have someone there. The career centers is really what I was referring to when I said no appointment. Just because we are fully staffed in our career centers, and we're really anticipating the walk-ins. But I'm going to give you my card, and if you ever did want to set aside a time to stop by and brainstorm, I would do it that way, just because I would hate to be, committed or somewhere like this when you wanted to show up. So, yeah. Yes.
So you were saying that the employees have to make a minimum of $16 per hour?
Mm-hmm. For
Our drivers are strictly commissioned, but I also give them a base, like, none of my drivers take home less than $900 a week.
okay.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I make sure, most of them are making $1,400, $1,500, $1,700 a week. I mean, they make good money, but they're commission based, so is that gonna
They
be?
1099?
No, they're all W-2s, but
Yeah.
it's commission. But I also pay almost 50% of their medical insurance, those that choose to. That was one of my
Yes.
goals, to try to get good drivers. Like, I chose to pay a huge portion of their medical.
Yeah, so we would just translate like an average. We would look at the past 6 months, and then we would do like an average income, and then we would translate it to the hourly, which it should shake out to be a little bit more than 16, if that's the case.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Could one employer take advantage of multiple opportunities? So like the training, the grant, the job training, etc. So the certification, the whole thing.
Well, it depends. So if it is, so there are several different funding streams that you can tap into, and I do want to talk a little bit more about that. Thank you for reminding me. So under WIOA, you can only have one enrollment at a time. So you can't be using the on-the-job training program and the incumbent worker training program at once, just because it's considered like double dipping. But there are other departments. So there's a grant for women in skilled trades, where your existing employees can tap into those funding streams, and that is not, those are not federal funds. The emerging workforce, there are internship opportunities. So if you are not ready to bring on a paid employee, we can, scour the schools, the universities for students who want experiential learning. And if you cannot sponsor a paid internship, we're always advocating for paid internships. So we can pay, if you qualify and the intern qualifies, we can pay $15 an hour for up to 130 hours through the emerging workforce department.
I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And they can be remote. It can be remote work. We would do like a vetting process in the beginning to see what they would be doing. We would create a training plan and everything like that. But that is completely at no cost to you to get an intern. And so we can definitely look and see which funding streams there are. Because even though, you can't use, double use WIOA, you can still look and see what else is available. Any veterans in the building, in the room? No? Okay, well, if you guys know any veteran-owned businesses, our Hampton Roads Veterans Employment Center, they are staffed with previous service members, so they speak that language, and they're assisting transitioning members, military spouses, everyone in that whole community with the job search and the training tools and everything like that. And our emerging workforce is really great as well. All people who either have children who are going through, the transition from school to a university or a university to work, and people who went to the schools in this area. So very well connected, and they are very well educated on the different avenues that you can take as a young adult. So, yes. So anyone interested in doing a hiring event as of now? No? Okay. No one recruiting? Yeah. Okay.
I'll talk to you about strategy.
Okay. And which positions are you hiring for? Cleaners. Okay, great. Awesome. You have full-time positions and part-time?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Nice.
Yeah, I want an intern.
You do?
I
Okay.
do.
Okay. All right. Anyone want an intern? Okay, Chuck. Okay. All right. Yes.
No, but I want to talk to you about being a source for those employees.
For the employee benefits.
And source, yes.
Oh, yes. Well, actually, I think Legal Shield, we have that as Hampton Roads Workforce Council employees. So something else that we do to spread the word about the resources that we're associated with is we do a small business mixer, similar to this, actually, every month. And we pull together different businesses that are interested in finding out resources from our partners and things like that. Next month, we're going to be doing a small business mixer that is focused on how to employ people with English not as a first language, because we've partnered with the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and the Urban League, and there are so many people who come into the workforce, looking for lucrative positions with higher skill levels, but they have a language barrier. So trying to find ways to get around that is what we'll be talking about in March. But you guys are welcome to come and speak about your business at those events. And we do business resource symposiums and things like that. So we would love to partner with you guys ongoing, and we'll see about your intern, Lori.
Okay.
All right.
I do have a question about the intern.
Sure.
What are the qualifications for the business for it?
The business, it just has to be a legit business. So we will go through the Department of Labor to make sure that you are up to date on your taxes. Yeah, it's a telltale,
It sure is.
Yeah. So, and then we'll actually come out to the work site if it's not a remote position to make sure that it's safe, for young people. Make sure that there is a training plan in place, and we do a visit with them every month to make sure that everything is going well, see if there's anything that we can provide them with as far as those supportive services. So we can provide gas cards through that. Actually, yesterday I helped someone to avoid eviction. He's working for Lockheed Martin, and has a great new job as a instructor's mechanic, but he was unemployed for a little while, so he was behind on his rent. So we were able to use those supportive services to suspend his eviction. So housing needs, childcare, dependent care, gas cards, legal needs, anything like that can break down a barrier for the people that we're putting in these positions.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Do you do anything on the people with disabilities?
Yes, we actually had a large hiring event in partnership with DARS and Diversibility, and we had it was during Disability Awareness Month, and we got translators and interpreters to come out to the event, and so that individuals with hearing impairments were able to speak one-on-one with employers. It was really great. Yeah, we try and spread the love around.
So what is that?
What called?
That program, DARS?
DARS, the Department of Aging Rehabilitation Services. Yes.
And you can provide training for these?
Well, they already do. There are quite a few different organizations that focus on disability awareness and individuals with disabilities and finding them work, and I can absolutely share those with you. Yeah, okay, awesome. All right, any other questions? Okay, well, thank you guys so much for your time today.
Thank you.
I look forward to connecting with you. Thank you.
Appreciate your time, madam.
My pleasure.